Well, what's up, guys? It's your boy Virgo Derai, and today we're actually going to talk about J-Stars versus Dragon Ball Xenoverse in the terms of which is more fun to play. Now, these two games are different in terms of the subgenre. I would consider J-Stars to be more of a King of the Hill partner type battle, and I would consider Xenoverse to be more of a focus on create a character, you know, who can get the most domination, make the best build. Alright, so first thing I want to get into, we're going to start with J-Stars, being that just came out. So this is an anime game versus anime game battle, and as you guys know, I love Bandai Namco, and Bandai Namco is pretty much the leader in anime games. So in the terms of J-Stars, J-Stars is great in that if you get 3 of your buddies and you decide to go head to head, all of you guys, you know, fight to the death, whoever loses actually dies in real life or whatever, it can be really fun. It can be a lot of fun. You got, of course, cutscenes that, you know, can pause the game, being through the supers and things like that. You've got not really a lot of mechanics that make the game competitive as much as just fun, but you've also got a lot of annoying things, such as the assist. You can be in the middle of doing something really amazing, and somebody can bring out an assist that can interrupt what you're doing, and that will it'll piss you off quite a bit if it's happening a lot. Combine that with the fact that in online battles you have to fight with a partner, so I can either interrupt you with my assist or my partner. So if I'm playing with somebody and I say, hey, come help me, the assist is gone, come help me, your combo's probably going to get interrupted. Now, what they have to combat that is the larger stages, but at the same time, things still get interrupted quite a bit. So, with that being said, let's compare that to Xenoverse. Xenoverse, which basically has the stamina gauge, and that's how you get out of combos and things like that, similar to the substitution gauge in Naruto. Now with Xenoverse, depending on how big your opponent's stamina gauge is and how well their stamina management is, that's how they get out of what you're doing. And against some people have extremely large stamina gauges, and they can interrupt your things. But I will say that in J-Stars, you know, now that I've played both of these games, in J-Stars, I get interrupted loads more than I would in Xenoverse. Which is a-okay. So on those fronts, they're kind of equivalent. Even though you get interrupted loads more in J-Stars, I still say they're kind of equivalent on the whole frustration issue, and that would interrupt your fun. And mind you, this video is opinionated. This is my opinion, so take this with a grain of salt, if you will. Now, next, we'll go back to J-Stars. In terms of the replayability and the playability initially, the story mode in J-Stars, you know, I'm gonna be honest, is garbage. I love Bandai Namco games, but what they tried to do with the story mode in this game was to mimic an RPG, and I bought this game for, you know, fighting and for fun, and I don't like sailing around looking for things that aren't really going to matter once I start playing with other people. And, you know, people can argue, well, you know, you got the Jace customized cards, but those essentially will make the game a lot more of what it shouldn't be, in my opinion. Now, I have done some J customized games, and they're all right, but you know, eventually you run into that one guy who's using Gon, and he's got nothing but attack buffs, and you mess up one time, he punches you 3 times, and then your HP bar is gone. So, in terms of RPG elements in PvP are usually hard to combine, and J-Stars is a full-on representation of why and how they are hard to combine. But conversely with Xenoverse, combining these RPG elements, these same RPG elements, that's the leveling up system and the stat system, you have things that end up being overpowered, things that when the creators made the game and they put them on the original characters, they weren't overpowered. They were pretty balanced. They're now overpowered because now the stats are, you know, 25 to 50 points higher than what was initially on the character that they designed it for. So you have that as well. The next thing I do want to get into, we're going to jump back over to J-Stars once more, is just the general overall fun aspect. Now, playing with a group of friends, this is 3 friends you can play with, it gets kind of fun. You know, you get a lot of trash talk going down, you get a lot of rhetoric, and a lot of just speak, a lot of talking, and I love it because there are so many interesting dynamics that you get from your friends with the trash talk. However, despite there being, and me, I have like consistent wins based on certain people I play. I win rather consistently in J-Stars. Despite there being a consistent win pattern for me, and despite there being, you know, obviously you have to have skill in this, that, or the third. Based on the character I pick, I have limited ways to deal certain amounts of damage. As such, there's only really one way to how can I put this? There's only one way to approach things, and I know that sounds very vague, but for example, I use Yusuke. There's really only one combo that is maximum damage, and if I don't have enough stamina to finish that combo the way I want it to, I can always go into a variation of that combo, but everything stems from that one combo, and that for me is a little frustrating. I mean, it's great, you know, doing something that no one else can do, but you know, come on, you know, I don't want to constantly only do one combo. Even if I have a wall attack, that combo is still the best thing to do in any situation. Even if the terrain changes, the walls change, anything. So now let's jump over to Xenoverse, where you can actually get together with 5 of your friends as opposed to 3 of your friends and do a 3-on-3 fight. So one right there, Xenoverse beats over J-Stars in that you can attack. You can not attack. You can get more people to the cause. You can get more of the interesting rhetoric and the witty banter than you can in J-Stars. The other thing, Xenoverse has the whole freedom of flight going on there. You have freedom of movement. J-Stars has a lot less cancelable things, so the combat is a lot slower. J-Stars also has this weird thing where you get knocked down and you get up again. You get I don't know how many seconds, I think it's 1 or 2 seconds of invincibility. Now if somebody's not aware of that, or somebody's not actually fighting with that invincibility in mind, it leads to a combo on their behalf. So from a competitive standpoint, and mind you, J-Stars is not really competitive, but from a competitive standpoint, the smartest thing to do is to move away to avoid those invincibility frames. This leads to an extreme slowdown, a huge slowdown in the gameplay. So when you have slowdowns like this in the gameplay, you lose a lot of pressure that you can add to your opponent. So with that being said, J-Stars loses immediately a lot of the competitive value. But on the other side of the coin, Xenoverse has things that are optimal to use amongst created characters, and the hit detection, and you know, this I wasn't going to do this video without saying it. The hit detection in Xenoverse is terrible. It's terrible. If the hit detection in Xenoverse was better, or was superb, or was excellent, or was where J-Stars was, Xenoverse would be hands down the better game. But because of the frustration of actually trying to be good at this game and having someone you know, slide out of your combos, J-Stars tends to actually beat out Xenoverse in that. But overall, if you want my overall opinion on which game is funner, Xenoverse gives me that oomph, that rush and that exhilaration that J-Stars does not. J-Stars has a thing where you kind of feel limited in everything you can do, from your movement to your attacks to your combos. You know, there are only a few combos that you can do per character. There's not a lot of room for mix-up. And in Xenoverse, you have, you know, the sky's the limit to what you can do. Granted, they need to balance some damage on certain moves. They need to balance certain things that just go on in the game. But you have a lot more freedom. And granted, Xenoverse takes away a lot of your freedom. So I would say that the game that won this battle in this one would be Xenoverse for which one is more fun. Simply because when it comes down to it, a lot of the things are similar in comparison, like the frustrations, the fun points, but I still get that oomph from Xenoverse just because of the quicker gameplay, the how can I put this? Not only just the quicker gameplay, but the attack system, the combo system it's a lot more intricate and a lot more complicated than J-Stars is. And granted, J-Stars is great and everything, but let's be honest, if Xenoverse had perfect hit detection with a lot of us YouTubers, and this is from a YouTuber standpoint, so I'm calling out Base Decepticon, Sergio M3, the Cool Kid, if the hit detection was perfect in this game, would a lot of us YouTubers be flocking over to J-Stars as we were? So in conclusion, my final conclusion is, if you don't have either game and you want to get into an anime game, just get Xenoverse. Xenoverse has higher replayability based on the story mode. It's a lot funner because of your character creation and character customization, and overall it's just better. However, if you have a group of friends that's all jumping into J-Stars, get J-Stars, because J-Stars is fun with friends. When you have friends playing this game, it's extremely fun. But if you go on ranked, it can be extremely frustrating because people will spam certain attacks. And when you have games like this that aren't like the Street Fighter, Tekken type of games, you have people who can spam things, and there's really not a lot of options you have against these spamming things. And you know, I think that's something that Bandai Namco in general needs to ship down to these sub companies within them and tell them to work on. You know, when people are spamming things, we need something around it. We need something, you know, that, you know, advanced players can use to separate themselves from non-advanced players, you know. So that's my full take on it. You know, I hope you guys found this insightful just a little bit. If you didn't, sorry about that. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. And again, if you didn't, like, comment, subscribe. My life is a chip in your pile. Like growth.